Okay, I'm just going to do a little video on where I'm up to and what I'm going to do over the next few days before I start it up. I've been posting a lot, but it's turning out really good, so I'm pretty excited about what it's going to look like when it's finished. Today I just put these infill panels in, put all the radiator shroud and all that sort of stuff in. It's pretty over the top, but I don't know, I guess I didn't want to look in behind there and see ugly like headlights and standard looking stuff, so I had to modify it in some way. All the radiators plumbed up. I'm probably going to change the bottom radiator hose to a proper silicon one. I did have solid lines on the radiator at one stage, but I don't know if it looked better than just having the blue silicon or not. And there was 4 clamps on it. It looked a bit busy, so I just went, with that for the time being. And also, a couple of people wrote me some private messages over the weekend saying, don't you think you should start it and see if it runs before you start doing all this detail work? And that is a very good point. Since this is the first motor I've ever built, I think I'm going to stop with all the detail stuff that I'm doing at the moment, and I think I'm really going to concentrate on starting it up and just making sure it runs and everything's as it should be, because I hate to do all this work and make sure everything's spot on perfect, and then go to start it up and something's really drastically wrong with the bottom end, or I don't know, something the head. Like I've said in a few of my messages, I've made sure that the engine was built to like the best of my ability. It's got good clearances down on the big ends. It's got good clearances. It's got good clearances everywhere. So I'm not really worried about the clearances. They've all been double checked. The head's been torqued down properly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the motor for do a 50 k's in it or something, or just run it around somewhere around the streets and what have you, and I'm going to re-torque the head back up a bit tighter down. So it's pretty much nearly ready to go. All the regulator and everything's hooked up. There's a lot of like little bits and pieces that you can see down there, that infill panel. I've got to get some new chrome bolts here and there. I've got to bleed the brakes and stuff like that, but like I said, I'll probably wait till I've started it up before I start doing any of this sort of stuff. So I guess tomorrow's job will be to get the dizzy in. As you can see, the dizzy is missing at the back there. I'll get the leads and everything on and set up all the timing and whatnot. But yeah, it's coming along really good. A million people have asked me about the black rocker cover. The black rocker cover is just on there because the other one is fully airbrushed like the plenum and the turbo. So I really don't want to scratch it or just have an accident or just anything on it. So I've just got the black one on it for the time being. The actual the actual rocker cover that's going to go on the engine is fully smooth, and it's green and purple and airbrushed like the rest of the stuff in the engine bay. So that will probably go on last. What else is there? There's not much really. Just there's a few things that were on the engine before that I wasn't happy with. Just the oil return line for the turbo and stuff like that. I just got to cut that down a little bit. I wasn't happy with it. The oil feed line, not real happy with that either. I want everything perfect because I actually want to try and drive this thing on the road. I don't know, might do some formals in it and stuff like that. But apart from that, everything's going together really, really well. I'd say I'm probably going to have it running by the weekend. And then I don't know what I'm going to do about the tune. It probably really needs to go back on a dyno. Last time it was dynoed, it drove really, really well, and that's pretty much what I want this time. I'm not going to go for like outright horsepower the most it can make. I'm just gonna, it hasn't got a wastegate on it, so but I think this turbo will only make like 20 pounds or something like that. So I guess that's what it's going to be, 20 pounds. So yeah, we're just going to see how it goes, and if I have to put the wastegate back on it, I will. But yeah, I'm just going to take it easy with the engine, put some kilometers on it. Yeah, just try and enjoy the car for a bit. I've had the car since I was like 17 years old. So, you know, I hardly ever drive it. And I mean, I've got other cars. So, yeah, it's not really like my main sort of priority. I'm just doing it now. So it's, you know, I can just sort of go into the garage and turn it over and it'll just start. And that's the sort of aim for this build is reliability. I just want it reliable. So, yeah, jump in, start it, drives. I can go to power cruise. I can do, you know, summonats and all that sort of stuff, and not have to worry about it overheating or breaking it down and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So that's another thing too. I'm gonna have to test to see, you know, the like if it doesn't overheat and all that sort of stuff. So I'm a fair way off like it being on the road. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe a month or something before I'm fully like driving around the street, you know. But I'm not really in any hurry. I've got the other cars to drive around. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm up to at the moment. After it's running and I've got everything happy with the engine bay, I'm going to turn my attention back to the interior, which is still good, but I've just got to do a couple of little touch-ups in the interior. And then basically what I'm going to do is probably try and get it in a magazine if I can, just because it's pretty much going to be the best the car's ever looked. But after I've done the interior, the next big project on the car is going to be the detailing, and that's what I do. So that's what I'm good at. The detailing of the whole car and the paint correction on the actual paintwork. It's hard to tell, but if you can see the engine bay's only just been painted a few days ago. But the outside of the car, it needs a little bit of work. Not much work, mind you, but I can get that coming up like a lot better than that. I mean, it's like glass now, but I can get it coming up better than glass. So what we're going to do, I'm going to document it. We're going to do a full, proper professional paint correction on it. And also what we're going to do, we're going to coat the whole car in Opticoat, wheels, everything, interior, the whole lot. So I've contacted the Opticoat representative. He's actually going to come and have a look at the car, because I don't normally do show cars. I normally put her on Mercedes and BMWs and Audis and all that sort of stuff. My other car was Opticoated. Can't really tell now because it's filthy dirty. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the full snow foam, 3-stage paint correction on it. Some bits will get 2000 rubbed down with sandpaper. Then we're going to give it a rotary buff over the bits that have been sanded by hand. Then we're going to go over it twice with the DA, and we're going to go over with some Opticoat, and then we might even put wax over the Opticoat. We'll see how we go. So it's going to be, you know, just in that, it's probably going to be a couple of weeks work, but we're going to bring up this paint job to be the best. You know, you're not going to see many cars around with a better paint job for the age of the paint job either. So that's my plan over the next sort of couple of weeks to a month. And actually, I'm really looking forward to doing the detailing bit on the bodywork. So yeah, I'm going as fast as I can to try and get things happening. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm going as fast as I can, but yeah. So the interior is still immaculate. So we're going to do a full detail on the interior as well. We're going to Opticoat the interior. We're going the whole hog. So anyway, that's where we're up to. And yeah, I'll check back in another week or so, and we'll see where we're at. Engine bay should be finished by then, and we should be well on the way to doing the interior or having an interior finished, and we'll start on doing the video series of the professional detailing, which is what I do and what I'm good at. So I'll see you later.